from today's violence in Las Vegas was 60 killed and 500 wounded from the actions of an American gunman, the loss of human life in Puerto Rico, Florida, Texas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the massive property destruction from Hurricanes Maria, Irma, and Harvey. Over the past 2 months, citizens of the United States have faced fire and violence from the skies that people in other parts of the world have routinely been enduring. Other islands of the Caribbean: Cuba, Barbuda, Dominica, Antigua, British Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Island, St. Martin, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, St. Kitts and Nevis were also smashed by Hurricanes Maria, Irma, and Harvey. In other parts of the world, a third of Bangladesh has been underwater from monsoon rains, parts of Nigeria have been flooded. Mexico has endured killer earthquakes. Rohingya villages in Myanmar have been burned, thousands murdered, and over 400,000 fleeing into Bangladesh to escape Buddhist Burmese Myanmar military violence. Image by Screenshot Channel 4. Permission details DMCA: endless numbers of homes destroyed by hurricanes and floods in Texas, Florida, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Barbuda, Dominica, Antigua. Some of these areas resemble the blown-up buildings, streets filled with rubble, and the dazed citizens wandering looking for food and water, just as in the war zones where people in Afghanistan have been enduring U.S. war and destruction for 16 years, and in Iraq for 13 years, and in Syria for 5 years. Afghan, Pakistani, Somali, Iraqi, Yemeni, and Syrian civilians have been murdered by U.S. killer drones, whose pilots are trained 60 miles from Las Vegas, raining hellfire missiles from above in the same sudden violence from the skies as people in Las Vegas suffered last night. Death came from different munitions: long-range rifles in Las Vegas and hellfire missiles in the Middle East, but the result was the same sudden violent death from the skies. Hurricanes from space. Image by NASA. Permission details DMCA: Americans are now faced with the human and environmental violence that many parts of the world have endured. Americans are enduring the ravages of both gun violence of a committed sniper and the violence of planet Earth's environmental war on the frail humans that have been using and abusing her. Access to guns and gun violence in the United States is out of control. U.S. wars killing people around the world has been the rationale used by some to kill in the United States. Corporate, congressional, and Trump administration denial of the human impact on our environment and refusal to work to reduce the impact of humanity will fuel even more violent attacks by nature on us. It's time for Congress to enact gun control legislation, for U.S. wars to end, and that we take serious measures to stop further destruction of our climate. www.voiceofconscience.com. And Wright is a 29-year U.S. Army Reserves veteran, a retired United States Army colonel, and retired U.S. State Department official, known for her outspoken opposition to the Iraq War. She received the State Department Award for Heroism in 1997, after helping to evacuate several thousand more. The petitions cite the views expressed in this article are the sole responsibility of the author, and do not necessarily reflect those of this website or its editors.